Good morning, Year 2, and welcome back to the second week of our adventure story with Erin. Let's have a quick look at our adventure map, at our plot. Now, so far, Erin has had quite an adventure, and we left last week at a -10. Things were not looking good. But look, this week, today, we are going to start having some positive things happening. The story is going to change. Let's see what we're looking for today. So, Monday the 1st of February. First of all, in our first chunk of writing, I'm looking for just 2 short sentences. And in the next chunk of writing, we are going to have a go at personification. We've done it before, and I know that some of you find it quite fun. And in our last sentence, and our last chunk of writing, we are going to be writing a feeling sentence for Erin. So today, what's going to happen? As you can see, Black Rock is going to wake up. So our 2 short sentences. We need to remember every sentence starts with a capital letter, and every sentence has to end with punctuation. And in this case, we're just going to use a full stop. So first of all, let's have a look at collecting verbs for waking up. Now remember, we have to keep our story in past tense. So we're going to think of verbs for waking up in past tense. For example, awoke. So Black Rock awoke. Can you think of another one? Black Rock stretched. Think about what you do in the morning when you first wake up. Have an idea. Do you? Black Rock rubbed his eyes. Black Rock yawned. Or Black Rock blinked. Now, imagine you were Erin. What would you do? Let's look at Erin here as she is looking at Black Rock, who has a face. Can you see his eyes and his mouth? So let's now think of some verbs for Erin's reaction. Can't find them. Black Rock. Erin jumped. It would be a bit shocking, wouldn't it, if all of a sudden you saw that Black Rock has a face and wakes up? She would jump. What else could she do? What would you do? What verb would describe a startled reaction? Erin shivered. Or Erin gulped. Ooh. Maybe Erin gasped. Maybe Erin trembled. All these are past tense verbs. Have you noticed that most of them, unless they're irregular, like awoke, which is irregular, they're all ending in our suffix ed. We're doing that a lot in this story. So let's think about how we can put these verbs into 2 short sentences. If you're using the sentence frame, you are simply choosing the words to build that sentence. I've chosen Black Rock woke up. Erin gasped. I want you to write your 2 short sentences now. It shouldn't take long, but pause the video, have a think about which verbs you're going to use to describe Black Rock waking up and Erin's reaction. You don't have to use the ones I've given you. You can think of your own. So what are we going to do next? We are going to show the reader that Black Rock isn't this scary, mysteriously dangerous thing which Erin thought it to be and all the grown-ups talked about. We're going to show Black Rock to be kind. Now Black Rock, as you can see in the picture, already has a very kind face. Let's describe Black Rock as if Black Rock is actually a person. Now, we need to use positive adjectives now, because before it was all jagged and black and very scary and tremendously huge and quite negative adjectives. Whereas now we want to show a kind face. Let's imagine a kind face and imagine what sort of ways would you describe that face. We might say his smooth face was, I'm looking at this kind face and immediately I think of sparkling eyes. So his smooth face had sparkling eyes. How else could you describe? Maybe twinkling eyes. Have a think of what you would use to describe the word kind. Calm and kind. What about a warm smile? Have a look at Black Rock. Look at that smile. It's rather a lovely smile, isn't it? So how would you describe a smile? A welcoming smile, a warm smile, maybe a gentle smile. As I build this sentence, I'm thinking about how I'm describing the rock with a face. So his smooth face with soft eyes and a kind smile. How would you describe your Black Rock? I want to add something else to the end of my sentence. I'm choosing some of those wonderful positive adjectives. So I could say his smooth face with twinkling calm eyes and a gentle smile. But I want to say how it shines through the water. Shone through the murky depths, I've put. That's kind of deepening the moment. You can just stick with personifying the Black Rock by describing his face. But if you want to say how the face lit up the dark water, or how the face suddenly made a glow in the water, then that's absolutely brilliant. Pause the video, have a think. How are you going to describe the face on Black Rock? And now we come to our third chunk of writing. Again, this chunk of writing is actually quite a short piece of writing. So you need to think about what Erin is feeling now. Remember last week it was all negative. It was nervous, frightened, worried. But now we have Erin relieved. What other words can you think of to describe how Erin is suddenly going to be feeling relieved? Remember the kind face? We're going to think of positive feelings when she sees Black Rock's kind expression. Maybe she feels safe because Black Rock has made her feel safe. Maybe she feels comforted now she feels relaxed. Have you thought of any adjectives that could describe how Erin now feels now she knows that Black Rock actually is kind? Maybe she is reassured. Now that's a really good word to describe how someone might feel when they've been worried, but now they've been reassured. I've used reassured. What adjective are you going to use? I look forward to reading your writing today. If you want to deepen the moment, then you can go into describing how Black Rock makes Erin feel. Remember, don't move the story on. We've still got 3 more days of writing to the end of our adventure. So we'll find out what happens tomorrow when we meet again for our next part of Erin's underwater adventure.